What's good, everybody? It is Thursday. December 22nd. Welcome into your daily sports betting brand of record. We have a blast here at the Early Edge, powered as always by the almighty SportsLine, the best value in all sports betting, and it is not close. During our production meeting, we got into what all sports bettors love to do, talking about the bad beats or about how close you came to a good day. We have great days like 2 days ago at 8-3. Then last night, kind of a ho-hum day. And I'm sitting here seething. Timberwolves up the entire game. Can't get it done. Knicks up mostly. Can't get it done. And then 91 points in the first half from the Nets. But Kevin Durant, you decide that's going to be the day that you don't want to. It's one of those days. One of those days. But the Cavs, just like Mikey said, came out. They end up winning big. So it's one of those days. But if you're a SportsLine member, you saw 2-0. The simulations have been very good across all of the sports. But this is a busy day. Why? Week 16 in the NFL starts today. 3 weeks left. So what do we have? We have our morning show. Then, of course, at 3 p.m. Eastern time, you want to get up close and personal with the best prop bettor in all of America? Prop Stars, you can do it on Twitter Spaces. 3 p.m. Eastern, we go for about 30 minutes or so. Then at 4 p.m. Eastern, we have Early Edge and 5 more best bets. And then at 7:30 p.m. Eastern time tonight, me and the entire crew counting down to Thursday Night Football. The Jags and the Jets. And yes, this does have playoff implications. So with all the housekeeping done, let's bring in the stars of the show. And look who we have. 2 that have never been on at the same time as we're using a little potpourri around the holidays. So, Allie, with all due respect, Eric's new here, so we got to roll out the red carpet. Mr. Eric Cohen, everything college hoops, everything college football. Welcome to the morning show, sir.
Hey, Coach, it's an honor. This is my first time with you in the morning, and great to be on with Allie, and I'm going to learn a lot about hockey today and get some winners, and I'm going to hopefully give out a trio of college basketball winners for you today, Coach, including my Arizona Wildcats playing. You know, I get scheduled on the right days when my Wildcats play, so I'm ready for you today, Coach.
All right. I know, and we know you're all about the Wildcats, but as you become a bigger part of the crew, we'll work on the background. It's okay.
We're getting there, Coach. Soon.
By the way, Bradley says, ready for the soccer picks, Coach. Well, I've got good news and bad news. Bad news is we don't have soccer picks on the show. The good news is the crew is working 24/7. My man Buckets is in the chat. He released 3 plays on his Twitter handle this morning. I encourage you to go there, follow him, and you can get picks almost every single day if we don't have any here on the show. We still have you covered. All right, now, she is most definitely the Ice Queen. You can see all of her stuff over at Caesar Sportsbook. We're going to have a bunch of stuff coming in the new year. No. We're now into hockey season. The Ice Queen. Welcome back to the Early Edge. Allie, good morning.
Good morning. I'm happy to be here with Eric, obviously with you, Coach, but definitely crazy with the weather in Colorado. We're not getting above 0 today. So,
are you serious?
Freezing.
Can you even go outside?
It's like the Arctic.
Wow, that's bad news for you. Good news for everybody at home is you'll just be dialing it in, deep dive into all the hockey games tonight.
Nothing else to do.
There you go. Nothing else to do. All right, let's get into it. Storylines that could affect the betting lines today. And, Allie, I'm coming right back to you. You always seem to find me a little Chick-fil-A nugget that I can sink my teeth into. Start us off.
Yep. So everyone knows how good the Bruins have been. Obviously, they're 17-0-2 at home, but against the spread, they're 13-6. And playing the Jets tonight, it could be an interesting spot for them. I know the Jets have been a little bit better on the road, but I just think that when you're looking at the Bruins and how well they've played at home and you're getting a good price on that puck line, it might definitely be something to consider for tonight.
I love that. I love that a lot. By the way, if you want more hockey picks, you can go into our hockey picks at SportsLine, and they are several for you closer to dropping of the puck later this afternoon. Now, a very secondary storyline, but I wanted to make sure, and I just lost the tweet, but rest assured, I have the information right. Uncle Dave Richard, part of our props extravaganza on Fridays at 4 p.m. Eastern time. He just tweeted out there's a 100% chance of rain tonight in the Meadowlands, and heavy downpours are the predictions, and already in a tough environment, already in the shadows of New York City. Keep that in mind, but don't just blindly hammer the over or hammer the under, just because it's bad weather. Anything can happen. Anything can happen. You want to wait for Early Edge Live tonight at 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. All right, let's get into our board for the day. And I have a really good feeling about today. So we have one play from SportsLine. And by the way, I get a fist pump from Eric. All right. Now, one play from SportsLine. If you're not a SportsLine member, what are you doing? There's never been a better time than to come join us every single day. But use a promo code early, and I'll give you 30 days for free. But we've got the bowl game today. And as I told you, we are making a pick on every single bowl game on the board. We're going to take Air Force. This number keeps coming down. It's now at plus 3.5. When we did our futures episode, it was up around 5, some places 6. Baylor just doesn't want to play in this game. They're disappointed. Air Force, it's the academy. They're always pumped up. I think Air Force wins on the field. This pick is from Mike Hochman at SportsLine. But, of course, again, there are picks on all of the bowl games at SportsLine. All right, now, we are nothing if not great hosts. And he is very quickly becoming a big part of what we do. But he is still a newbie here on the morning show. So, Mr. Cohen, you have not yet earned the maestro spot. But you have earned the opening spot. So you, sir, are up first.
Well, thank you, Coach. I was going to throw in Air Force today. I like them as well. I think they've won 4 in a row. And, Baylor kind of ended the season, I think, losing 3 out of 4. I would play Air Force, but it's not one of my 3 plays today. I'm going 3 college basketball plays. Let's start with a real doozy here. Battle of Ohio, Wright State and Miami of Ohio. Now, last night, when I sent this pick in, it was 148.5. This morning, it's 149.5. Here's my logic. Miami has played 5 home games against Division I teams, and the lowest points scored in any of those games is 147. Wright State is averaging 88 points in their wins this season, and they're favored by 1.5. So with that logic, give me the over. This game's in the 150s. All right, then we got the Battle of Utah, Coach. Weber State and BYU. Last night, the line was 141.5. This morning, it's up to 142.5. The final in last year's game was 89-71 BYU, and that was at Weber State. Only 2 of the last 14 meetings have gone under 141. These teams like to air it out. BYU's won 4 in a row right now, and they're averaging 86 points a game in those wins. BYU's scoring 80 tonight. I'm going to assume Weber's going to score in the 60s, and that's why I like an easy over in this game. And then finally, Coach, I love this one. I got to throw it in there after it was my loss on Tuesday night. I had Arizona over against Montana State. It fell a little short. But tonight, they take on Morgan State. And I'm so excited to give you some facts and figures about Morgan State, Coach, because I know you know a ton about all these teams.
Let's go.
So the over is 161. We know Arizona's tied for second in the country at 90 points a game. But Morgan State, Coach, can score. They dropped 130 on some school called Penn State Allegheny, 123 on some school with VU of Lynchburg. I guess that's in Virginia. And another 95 on Penn State Wilkes-Barre. So they can score. I don't know if these teams are real, but I'm just going to assume that they are. So therefore, I think Arizona scores 100. I think Morgan State scores in the mid-60s. And I think we hit 3 overs tonight. What do you think?
What would you do if I told you that my alma mater is the Penn State school that you just
I'd call you a liar.
You're right. I did not go there. I thought it'd be funny if I did, though.
Yes.
All right. Now, EC. I just thought I'd call you EC.
I like
now, people in the chat, they never forget. And I said that if they can come up with 2 nicknames for you, that we'd give out $100 cold hard cash. And everybody knows that there are no strings attached. We just send it to you on Venmo, and you keep betting with it. So, Big Cheesy 707, who, as we know, is off work till the 10th. Thank you, Big Cheesy. Cool Cat Cohen. Mike Peterson says Cohen is in the zona. All right. We're starting to move on this a little bit. I like it. Keep them coming. We're going to pick 2 nicknames for Eric, and whoever wins, you get $100 cold hard cash. All right, we got
Coach,
3.
Let me say this. Allie talked about it being 0 in Colorado. It's a nice 70-plus degrees here in the zona. And by the way, I've never been in weather that's colder than 20 degrees in my entire life.
Oh, my. I grew up in Kansas, so that's embarrassing.
Sorry.
You've never been in 20 degree. Yeah. I lived right next to Colorado my entire growing up life. It sucks. It's why I live in California now. ESPN is so in my rearview mirror. Oh, Bristol, Connecticut. No, thank you. All right, I got one play tonight. You're going to cash with the coach. And I've been pretty hot lately. Last night was a little frustrating. Come up short. Should have been 3-1. Ended up being 1-3. But tonight On Thursday nights when there's NFL games, a lot of times college basketball, NBA basketball kind of falls under the radar just a little bit. And tonight is one of those spots. Spurs on the road take on the Pelicans. Let me look at my notes. So, Pelicans, 5 of the last 6 games. This has been the total on their side. 247, 232, 261, 253, 245, and just one dud in there in those 6 games. Spurs, they're the wild card in this matchup. If they can shoot well, if they can score, this will sail over 228. But I love this spot because nobody's paying attention because everybody's focused on the NFL game of the Jags and the Jets. By the way, all of our best bets on that game will either be on In5 or Early Edge Live tonight. All right. Now, whenever Allie misses one, you best believe she's the first one to step back in line and said, I need to have a little comeback. So today, Allie, you have the maestro spot. I'm going to step back. Floor is yours.
Yep, thank you. I appreciate it. We definitely kind of got some tough losses in the third period last night, but I think tonight the play is going to be pretty well. So I have the Wild at Sharks over 6 at -120. The over is 11, 12, and 1 in the last 14 Sharks home games. And the Wilds are on the second leg of back-to-back, so they're going to be starting Philip Gustafson. And he already played the Ducks earlier this season, and he gave up 4 goals to him. And then Sharks goalie James Reimer, he's been way worse at home, where he has a 3.63 GAA. The Sharks, they still managed to put up a decent number of goals. I think they're averaging at least 3 at home, but they're also giving up an average of 4 goals per game at home. So I definitely think that the over is going to be something that I'm going to keep playing, especially when we can get it tonight at an even 6.
Oh, I love that. By the way, get it in when she gives it out, because if it goes to 6.5, that is a humongous difference than 6.
We've lost a ton of plays on over 6.5s on 6.
Oh my gosh, haven't we? Haven't we? Golly. That's why this show is so important. 10 a.m. It's a little early sometimes, and sometimes you, like in the chat, they said Zion's not playing tonight. I know that, or he's scheduled not to, or I can't even buy into that stuff anymore, whether it's hockey or it's NBA, who's playing, who's not playing, who wants to play. So we're just going to make picks and just say, look at the lineups, and if you like them, play them. If you don't, you don't have to. Nobody's forcing you to make these picks. But damn it, am I getting frustrated at players not playing.
But Coach, let me ask you something. If you were a fan and you're buying tickets to a game and you're not able to see Zion, does that upset you, or you just say, hey, that's the NBA, it's load management, you got to just, it is what it is?
I hope, as a parent who has 2 kids, I hope that I never get to the point where I walk into the building expecting to see a superstar and go, I'm okay with it. Oh, at least he's over there with a chain around his neck. That's good. That's good. He's got bling on. But no, I'm furious. That's why out here in Southern California, we get commercials all the time. For what? There's 11 pro sports teams, and they're selling tickets 6 months in advance. And every commercial is, come see LeBron. Come see Paul George. You know what I mean? Those are the commercials. And then you come and you see Dennis Schroeder. No offense. He did score 30 the other night, by the way. All right. God, you 2 are fun today. Maybe it will just be the 3 of us the next week or so. That would be fun. That would be fun. I want people who want to be. You 2 want to be here. I like it. But first of the year, we've got some stuff coming, by the way. I've been teasing you guys. We've got stuff coming first of the year. Think bigger. Grab your paper. Grab your pencil. I think that's the first time we've ever done a storyline at the end of the show. Eric, thank you. All right. Alabama. She's on Wild Sharks over 6. She gave you all the nuggets. I mean, this thing screams to the over. But get it in at 6. Do not wait for 6.5. Now, EC I'm still working on it. But we got 3 plays regardless of what you want to call them. Wright State, Miami of Ohio, over 149.5. A lot of times these teams around Christmas, they just play free before we get into conference season. This is one of those games. Also, Weber State, BYU, over 141.5. Can you tell me who's the most famous alumni from Weber State? It's Dame time. It's Dame time. And then Arizona, Morgan State over 161. And then if you're going to cash with me, we're hopefully going to do it with this game. Spurs, Pelicans over 228. Check the lineups. I'm okay if they're missing Zion because this team is a team. So I'm okay with that. I'll still take the over. If I was taking the Pelicans, I would worry. I'm not worried about the over in this game. Then, bowl game tonight. Air Force, plus 3.5 facing Baylor. I believe this game is in Fort Worth. Baylor doesn't even want to go there and play. They don't even want to play. So give me Air Force, and I'll take the points, and they're going to win it on the field. All right? Busy day. Follow all my cappers. Turn on your notifications. Every time we start a show, you will be notified. There's only one thing left to do, and I believe you all know. LeBron, please play. AD, please play. Zion, please play. What that is. You got your marching orders. Wouldn't it be nice if coaches could tell players that? Let's take all of these tickets straight to the pay window. For my entire crew, love them all. The Ice Queen, Alabama. Eric Cohen, EC, Eck, whatever you want to call him. AB, Snake, always on the ones and the twos. I am the coach. Have a great day. This is a great time of year. Get the Christmas spirit or whatever you celebrate, and understand that we will be here every single day to brighten up your morning at the Early Edge. Good luck.